I love the saying about control. You know, are you letting the things outside of your control you,
Yeah.
right?
Yes.
Or do you let everything that's inside of you control you? Are you controlled by what surrounds your life or by what is inside of you? And so many people live their lives letting the outer world control what they do, how they feel, how they act, and they never look inward. They're always looking, whether it's their job, whether it's their record, whether it's their paycheck, no matter what, they're always looking for happiness and success outside of themselves. And so I think for our gappers today, the message is control what you can control. And the person that you can control is yourself, especially in times of adversity. Now, let's talk about times of greatness. Certainly one of the highlights of your career had to be coaching with Jack Harbaugh on a national championship team. I'd love to know, what did you learn from Jack? What was it like to be a national champion defensive coordinator? What were the lessons there? And then was there a story in that year before you became a champion where you actually did overcome adversity?
Well, working for Jack Harbaugh is, that's really who I've become. I mean, I learned, the first thing that comes to mind when people ask me that question, what'd you learn? I say, the team, the team, the team.
Mm-hmm.
That goes back to him working for Bo Schembechler and with the Woody Hayes and all those influences. And anything you do, it goes back to, is it benefiting the team? I mean, that's it. I mean, that was the core of who he was. It was all about the team. You wanted people that felt that way, that believed in that, or you tried to teach it to the people in your organization. And I would say the other thing was just enthusiasm and love for what he did, and kind of being a servant leader for the people around him. Those were the things. The experience itself was, and this is, I think, this is hard for people to get. This is probably more in coaching, but I think it's happening outside of it as well. But another thing that we talked about a lot with him was being able to have conflict, being able to disagree and have constructive conversations. Now, back in the old school days, those conversations would get a little bit more intense than they probably can these days. But to this day, it's one of the things I talk with every staff that I'm around, is like, hey, we've got to be able to, argue and nobody get their feelings hurt. And at the end of the day, there's a quote on loyalty from Colin Powell about, paraphrasing it, hey, disagreements are great. They stimulate me. I want to hear your opinion. And you've got to be able to, we have to trust each other to do all that. But at the end of the day, loyalty is, I'm going to make the final decision, and you've got to walk out of this room treating that decision as if it were your own.